The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling a problem with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials down 81, Nasdaq off 6, S&P's down 6, gold up $1.30, trading at $15.70 an ounce. You get silver up 4 cents, $18.22 an ounce. Light sweet crude down 35 cents, $62.91 a barrel. Notes and bonds, the 10-year flat 129.07. 30-year down 5 at 157.22, and King Dollar up 328 ticks, trading 96.996. Euro is 111. Yen is at 108.5, and the pound is at 131 to 1 U.S. dollar. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, as we do each and every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And don't forget, folks, you want to understand the options market. You want to understand option strategies, the futures market, outstanding program, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. Every trading day right here. If you haven't test-driven yet, the Thinkorswim platform, so easy to do. You're listening to us right now on TFNN. Just hit that Thinkorswim banner, bring it up. They'll allow you to trade with paper money as Kevin and his team put on strategies each and every trading day. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom O'Brien. How's everybody doing? You know, interesting start to the week, that's for sure. After the trade we saw Friday, I thought the second half of yesterday, I talked to Oliver Rennick yesterday morning. I said I thought the second half of yesterday's trade would be the most important part of that day. And sure enough, that's when this market seemed to firm up and head a little higher. Even though we're a little softer this morning, the NASDAQ is still powering higher. This is turning out to be a real mixed market for the last, second half of yesterday and part of today. So pretty interesting how the market is consuming and digesting all this geopolitical risk.
Oh, there's no doubt, man. I mean, it just, that NASDAQ, Kevin, I mean, it broke topside last Friday like in a huge way, man. I mean, that thing is powerful. You know what's intriguing, Kevin? Last time you were with us, right? You had brought up the aspect of where the S&P actually was the prior December. And I mean, everyone's saying the S&P's up 30%, right? And, man, over the weekend, I looked at it, right, and I said to myself, okay, so check it out, folks. This is pretty wild. The S&P, if we go back 15 months, is only 13.7%.
Okay.
And in 2018, we started off, it was almost flat. So it's so intriguing. I was doing that just for the aspect, because I was having a hard time comprehending, like, okay, if we're up 30%, can we go up another 10%? But when you do it, I mean, because January 1st is an arbitrary number, really, right?
It should be.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And that's what I kept saying. Sure, this number looks great on paper. 2019 is a great year on paper, but if you look at from like October 3rd of 2018, the beginning of the fourth quarter, I mean, we basically crashed in the fourth quarter. So you spent a lot of the first quarter of 2019 making your money back that you had lost during the fourth quarter. That doesn't feel like any new money coming in your account.
No, and then I went to January 1st of 2018, and we were 27.43. So if you take 2 years, you're not. And I was only doing that exercise, folks. When you brought it up, Kevin, I was doing it from my own head, like, okay, man, how much further can we go? And then I says, well, when you do that, you can go a lot further.
And I just want to, even January, we had a huge run in 2018 too. So if you look at the high in January, 2872. You're not even up 400 S&P points from that level, and that's 2 years. Yeah.
And remember, everyone's like, oh, but earnings are going to be flat. Well, guess what? The fourth quarter of 2018, when we crashed, earnings were growing 20%, and we crashed. So what do you connect the dots to? And the answer is interest rates.
Yeah.
Right? Interest rates were going up, and remember, went up in December, even in the midst of that enormous sell-off. He raised rates in December, and then, of course, the world-famous 180-degree turn in early January, and then off we went.
Yeah.
But I think personally, a lot of the first quarter you spent making back your money that you would have lost in the fourth quarter.
Oh, and we know how this works. There's plenty of people that maybe got out.
There's a little bit of a relief rally for a lot of people that stayed in, for sure.
Huge. Yeah,
exactly. So I look at things just a little bit differently than someone might say, oh, great year last year. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it sort of was, unless you add the fourth quarter of 2018.
Right. Yeah.
When you were hemorrhaging.
No doubt.
Frankly.
And then, go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead, guys.
Well, then, of course, this morning we get Tesla. You know, that thing's like a little rocket ship, man. I mean,
who needs 420? How about 460?
Yeah. Isn't it amazing? And this is what traders and people that are trading the market every day have to get used to, because you're seeing basically the exact opposite right now. Look at Tesla and look at Boeing.
Yeah.
Right? Tesla has got nothing but good news. Stock going up to 460 after last year having nothing but bad news, and the stock going to 170. Right. Boeing, on the other hand, they have some form of bad news every day.
Yeah.
There's some FAA or some part of this is some headline news story against Boeing every day.
That gets a time delay, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And sure enough, there'll be a day where this changes.
Yeah.
And it goes 180 the other way, and traders got to be ready for that.
Right. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, even there's a lot of people who were bullish in Tesla that still didn't think he'd go to 460.
My goodness.
Oh, there's no doubt. Listen, and you know, well, it's interesting, folks. There's a story in the Journal over the weekend. Ron Barron. Now, he's a famous long-term trader, man. And I was reading his quote, and it was intriguing because I've looked at the guy for a long period of time, and you know, yes, they have a large market cap, but he was just going by, listen, man, you don't have companies grow. And he said, I don't care. It's growing by a small number. He says, but I don't think it's going to stop.
Right. And Ron Barron has been a Tesla bull without hesitation since its inception, basically.
Right. No,
he's a big fan of Elon Musk and of Tesla.
Yeah. It's pretty intense, man. I mean, it really is. And then, of course, this Friday, now, I mean, we're in action now. We're 2020, but Friday, we're going to be getting a lot of numbers out, right?
Payrolls on Friday, the biggest data point of the month, every month, in my opinion. That's where you get the most movement, sometimes not necessarily in stocks, but definitely in bonds and interest rates, right? As we get some of those, the income numbers, and so I just think that's always a day that every trader should be watching the market a little closer.
No doubt. So what are we going to be talking about today, Kevin?
Today, we're doing themes all week. Since we're in that chasm between the end of earnings season and the beginning of next week, we're doing themes all week. And today's theme, home builders.
Oh, good.
Lennar comes out with earnings before the bell tomorrow morning, but we're also going to cover two of the other home builders, and Like Folio is going to do like a macro discussion on the home builders. So we're going to basically cover Lennar, D.R. Horton, and KB Homes today are the three stocks we're looking at, plus a macro discussion on home buying.
Nice. Look at that. Lennar caught a bid yesterday. That's a lot of volume for Lennar. 6.7 million.
Yeah.
The comeback in these home builders has been fantastic.
And that's interest rates again, right? I mean,
exactly.
No doubt. Listen, folks, right here, 45 minutes from now, outstanding program. You want to understand the option market, option strategies, futures, great program. Kevin, you have a great one, safe one. Look forward to the program in 45 minutes.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Kevin.
you. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials down 71, Nasdaq's up 1, S&P's down 5. We're coming right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials down 72. Nasdaq is up 2. S&Ps are down 4.5. And we're going to switch gears on here, folks, because I don't have quite an understanding of this, but Tommy does. He's going to explain this to us. This is pretty wild, man.
Yeah. You know, of course, I played a lot of online poker. A lot of the big players in online poker transitioned to online daily fantasy.
Okay.
And so I follow some of that more so. I dabbled in it a little bit. But the story here is that watch out for the sharks, man, you know, and it's fun. It can be recreational, but you don't even have the probabilities that you think you have when you're entering, you know, something like a $20 tournament and so forth. So this,
and we're talking fantasy football, right?
Yeah, daily fantasy too is the key here, right?
And
Because fantasy, people play fantasy, you play all league, right? You play your league championship. They revolutionized the idea of daily fantasy. You play one day, you pick your players. You can. It's legal, which is the most ridiculous thing.
It's legal?
So it's completely legal,
Okay.
regulated. They carved out fantasy as a legal way, along with horse racing. Somehow, you know, you get your lobbyist in Washington, you get it done. So this has to do with a Bachelor contestant, Jade Roper.
This was last weekend.
I'm not familiar. This is Sunday. Yeah.
Okay.
It's only Tuesday now, right? So this just happened. This was Sunday. That they have, DraftKings has a millionaire maker. I believe it's like a $25 entry to get into this. I'm not familiar, but it's not a lot of money. And the winner wins $1 million. They guarantee it, okay? And now, if you're not familiar with daily fantasy, the way things work is that you can enter a variety of lineups, okay? So in this tournament, they cap you at 150 entries. And this is why this gets into, like, you're entering the pros, the sharks, you know? And so the way I was trying to explain it to you is that the pros in daily fantasy, they want to cover the board. So imagine it like a roulette table.
Yep.
If one of the roulette numbers was always going to win $1 million, right? And you're not playing against the house, and that's the key thing here, because you'd never make money covering the board and roulette table playing the house, because everyone, you know, they're always taking the money. But you're not. You're playing against. It's like a poker tournament, right?
Okay.
So if you in a poker tournament could guarantee that you're always going to win a share of the jackpot, you would do that. So they enter 150. All the pros. If you're a real pro, you would.
And when you do that, like there were 4 teams playing this weekend, right?
Yes.
So you can just pick players from any team, right, and make your own teams.
Correct, right.
Okay, cool.
So you have to imagine that if you enter 150 entry lineups,
Yeah.
right, and there's always going to be like a backup tight end that might have a good game, right?
Sure.
So you got to have that guy. You know, there's going to be somebody because it's not going to be the stars.
Derrick Henry, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, he's going to be somebody everybody had.
Right.
But then that's where it comes in that you can't be the one guy that wins because everybody has Henry. So it's going to be who has Henry and then who's the fortunate one that somehow grabs that backup tight end that had a touchdown and a bunch of yards.
Gets a bunch of points. I got it.
So what happens is if you have 150 lineups that you enter, you automatically know that on your 151st lineup, right, you get to eliminate all your 150 you already chose.
Right.
And because you want unique lineups. That's the key. You want unique lineups to win. So what they're alleged to have done, we'll put it that way as of now, right, is that they had 150 lineups. They are married. Their husband's name's in here. However, so the contestants allow a maximum. Let me zoom in on this so we can get some bigger text. There we go. And this is where the lineups become public too, and that's a good thing, right? So you can dig into their lineups, okay? So they had some of the, and we'll probably have to say, how did this, Bachelor star win versus all these sharks, going? So they look at all the lineups, and her husband, Tanner Tolbert, I guess, violated the site rules by pooling their entries. So what they did is they said, well, you have 150, I have 150,
right?
And the way you can kind of almost be certain that they're happening is that none of them are unique. Because if you're choosing 150 on your own, and I'm choosing 150 on my own, a lot of the lineups that are the highest probability to win are going to be very similar.
Right.
But what they did is that all but 7 of Ropert's had AFC quarterbacks, Deshaun Watson, Josh Allen, or Tannehill. Meanwhile, all but 2 of her husbands had NFC quarterbacks, Wentz, Breeze, and Wilson. So they split the tide,
Okay.
And that's what happens is that then you're not overlapping, because if you're overlapping, you're going to split the first place prize. You want it all to yourself, ideally. You want unique lineups that you might be able to win. And so they entered essentially 300 entries into 150 max pool. And
they won.
And they won. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that they really built 300 lineups together, entered 150 apiece, multiple lineups, and that's somebody talking about.
I guess.
So they haven't been awarded the prize yet. They're investigating it. I'd be shocked if this didn't happen.
Well, they weren't too bright, husband and wife, right?
I would agree.
Okay, but what happens is that,
and this is the point,
Yeah, you do it, and then you do it with one of your friends on the West Coast.
The real reason I want to cover it is that just like in poker, I'm more familiar with this stuff. I've been around it. This happens all the time, folks. So be aware when you put this money in because it is super hard to police. That's the tough thing. They were very foolish that people who are number one celebrities, people who are married, so it's an identifiable relationship that they can pinpoint it where all you had to do was have somebody you don't know. I got a friend in North Carolina. I got a friend in Boston. Nobody really knows their name. They're the ones you collude with, okay? You create an account under an uncle that has a different name. And then guess what? You're using a GPS. You're using a VPN, virtual private network. These players, they have 4 different laptops set up in their home, 4 different virtual private networks set up in their home. And imagine, you're not on the same Wi-Fi, right? You're not on the same GPS. It's very sophisticated because they will look up, oh, you're on the same Wi-Fi network, though. They go through. Oh, you're on the same. So you find friends with no relationships. You find VPNs so that you're not on the same Wi-Fi network. And you literally have computers that look like they're on different networks sitting side by side, and the same person is entering 600, 700, 800, 1,000
This is something that DraftKings doesn't want the public to really know.
No, not a lot of people do.
It seems like you're playing a fixed game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, of course.
Because
it is a fixed game.
You can do it with 3 or 4 people, too, right?
That's why I say it's 600, 700, 1,000 entries.
Let's say you could have 2 other friends and say, okay, we're going to split. We're doing 450.
It's only 150. It's more than that, man. Wow. You would want to cover the board.
Right.
And so they would
just happen to win without covering the board.
Right. Yeah, and 300, though, what happens is that this is not a full weekend of lineups, okay? So you only had 4 games.
Which is sweet.
Which is a small pool.
Yeah.
So in playoff weeks, there's even more of an edge for the Sharks because you can cover literally every single plausible scenario of a likely outcome. When you think about 300 possible lineups in only 4 games going on, my goodness, man.
Yeah, you just take the math guy and do that times the amount of people on the team.
That's right.
And that's
right. And you're almost ticking
right.
off every single possible lineup, and that's what they did, and they got $1 million. But it looks like, and hopefully, I mean, they were just so foolish in how obvious they made it. But I mean, just
is DraftKings public?
They remember, I believe they are going public. The news just came out.
Okay.
It was about 2.1 billion. They did like a reverse. They bought somebody else. They did a partnership.
That's
They're going to be under their shares.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that somehow this is legal. Online poker is still under a shroud of federal, illegal. And meanwhile, horse racing completely legal too. Kentucky Derby, you can just put thousands of dollars on your credit card online, fire it off, and but buyer beware, because they sell it as everyone's equal. Put up a $25. All the pros, multiple lineups, they cover the board. You have very little chance because you enter one lineup with all the stars. There's going to be 150 of the same lineup of those. So even if you win, you have to have an outlier lineup to win.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dow Industrial's down 101, Nasdaq off 7, S&P's down 7. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 59, Nasdaq is flat, S&P is off 3. And let's go inside the NDX 100. So yesterday, inside the NDX 100, you had the strength. It was Google. Google was just a monster out here yesterday. And the monster out here today, folks, is Micron. Look at this.
All those
thing.
chip stocks, all of them.
Look at it. Yeah, you got Micron up 6%. You got Western Digital up 5.6. Oh my God. And Microchip Technologies up 5. And they're leading it, man.
AMD is going to be up there too. It's just not up the 3%. It just didn't make the top 4 because that's
Seriously.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Micron. You see, this is blowing away its high, and we'll see whether you got. Yeah, it's going to be an ABC up. You're already at 3.4 million.
Yeah.
You know, you need 5.2. That's a monster number, man. That's really a monster number. So you got AMD. Yeah, that's right at its highs. Okay, what was the other one that we had? Well, here, let's go to Google, because Google yesterday was putting, you talk about putting juice inside the NDX 100.
Yep.
Yeah, well, there you go. It's up another $4. I mean, this was quite a move yesterday in Google. Look at this thing. $46. And you blew away the swing. You did it with volume.
Yeah.
Another ABC up. It's not that big, but 1365, 12, let's say 80. So what? You got 85 points, and well, it still gets you 1410, and we're at 1396. We take a look at these Qs. Well, we're right next to it right now. So the high that was last Friday. That was 216.16. And we've hit 215.89. Pretty amazing.
Yes.
Some of the other higher volume equities. And what did happen yesterday, folks, you had volume in the marketplace yesterday. There was volume there. Look at this, Apache. What happened here? Look at this is in the oil patch. This is pretty impressive. 15% up, 5.3%.
I see oil find.
Someone must be buying. Oh, oil find, I see. Oh, this is going to be the oil find in South America, I think. Let me see this thing.
South America offshore block.
Is that, yeah, okay. So Apache jumped up the U.S. producer and its new partner, Total SA, announced a significant discovery off the northeast coast of South America, where several companies have already made big oil. Yeah. Tsunami, right?
Surnames.
Yeah, Block 58. Man, there's oil everywhere. It's pretty amazing.
Definitely.
There's no doubt when you look at this. I mean, this equity here. Yeah, it's off the bottom. That's for sure. Off the bottom, taking the swing point out.
Yeah.
I guess it's not like finding oil when 20 years ago, though. You know.
Yeah.
A little bit different. No two ways about that. King dollar up 373. You get the euro backing down, the pounds backing down slightly. You know, we'll see where that baby goes. The dollar, it's been basically just chomping back and forth. And this is a good move in the dollar today, though. I mean, that's a decent move.
Yeah, back above 97.
Yeah. It would have to get back. I think it's even inside. Let me see this thing. It has a long way to go to get back inside the uptrend, though, because that uptrend broke in December, like right here. Yeah, let's get quite a way. Trend line 98.4. Well, yeah, that's quite a way.
Yeah, definitely.
98.408. So.
How about Bitcoin? XBT?
Yeah.
We've been getting a little bit of an upward movement a couple of days, up another $250 today.
Yeah, they had a story today in the Journal. So check this out, folks. This is pretty amazing. You know where the headquarters are now for the least expensive engineering in Bitcoin is in Texas.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know.
And
I was going to say the Russian Arctic or whatever, right?
No, totally, because that's the last time we looked. That's what that was going on. And what's going on is evidently this place in Texas was the epicenter of the aluminum business.
Okay.
And they started coming in there, I don't know when, whether it's 3, 4, 5 years ago. But the bottom line is that now that is because it's the least cost of energy.
Okay, right, and that's the biggest thing.
And you know what it is? Listen to this, in Texas, it's wind.
Okay.
It's wind energy, that's why they're all down there.
Okay.
You know, so it's pretty wild, man. I mean, Texas. You know, it's like, that's the last thing I thought about. Every time I rode through Texas, I mean, Texas is one place that you can ride for 8 hours, and you just continually see cattle.
I mean, we haven't heard anything about Bitcoin, cryptos, and anything, and since Friday, we're up $1,000 from 6,800 to 7,800. Yeah,
that's pretty wild.
It sure is, man.
And then poor Puerto Rico. If you didn't see this yet, there's it wasn't huge, thank God, but the pictures this morning were pretty wild. One building collapsed on a bunch of cars. Another one that we've all seen many times is it's a part in Puerto Rico where there's a rock formation and it looks like a big eye.
Okay.
And the eye collapsed.
Okay.
So that baby's gone too.
Yeah, so 6.4 magnitude quake struck 5 miles southwest of Calaboa. Puerto Rico's southwestern coast recorded 4:24 a.m. local time, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. Second consecutive day that an earthquake hit the island before dawn, and I'm sure that's terrifying residents scared about the cumulative effect. Older buildings, they don't have the infrastructure to handle that type of action, especially right now. So tremors keep moving through the region, and people living near the beaches desperate to get out of their homes. I would expect so, man.
Tsunami. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Fear of a tsunami.
No, I mean, 6.4. That's quite
a
a quake.
monster.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
That's definitely
especially when you're dealing with infrastructure that's probably so fragile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and they have widespread power outages. Obviously, infrastructure problems there persist.
Including in San Juan. Look at that.
Yeah. So, send some prayers out to them. Hopefully that quells some of those persisting
earthquakes.
quakes.
A whole different ball games, man. Whole different ball.
Can't really hide from them.
No, you certainly can't. Notes and bonds. So let's get over to the note and bond market. Bottom line is that hasn't given it up yet. That baby's just hanging there. Yesterday we got to higher price, gave it up on price, But guess what? You're coming back into the strength that was developed out here last Friday, and, you get some real buyers there. I mean, we had 1.8 million contracts. Now, they'll do over 1.8 today. We got 887 right now.
Okay, yeah.
But that's a decisive break,
yes,
of the downtrend, So it's going to be a long road in 2020 to get to higher rates. That's the way this still seems to be looking out. And in fact, if we go to the TLT, and you can look at even the TLT. So the TLT is 20-year plus ETF.
Yes.
And you can see it in the TLT. I mean, it didn't break. Was it? Yeah, the November 7th your benchmark. It didn't break that low. Back it down to 134.45. We get to 135.38. Take off again.
Yeah. Yes.
We get the 10-year out here today at 1.81. Stay right there, folks. Tom Meager and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow's down 81, NASDAQ off 8, S&P's down 5.5. We'll come right back.
If you're in the CD market and looking for a secure investment, the Tiger First Mortgage Program may work for you. The security for these first mortgages are building lots in the tax opportunity zone in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Tax Act of 2018 set up tax-free zones across the country where you can build and hold for 10 years and pay no tax on the profits, which makes these lots valuable. The investment is anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000. The interest paid is 7% yearly, paid on a monthly basis. According to Bankrate.com, the best rate for a 4-year CD in the country as of February 20th is 3.1%. A $50,000 investment at a normal 4-year CD rate of 3.1% would give you income of $1,550 per year or $6,200 over the 4-year period. That same $50,000 investment in the Tiger First Mortgage Program would give you $3,500 per year or $14,000 over the 4 years. Which would you prefer, $6,200 or $14,000 of interest on your investment? If you would like more information about the Tiger First Mortgage Program, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down 92, Nasdaq off 8, S&Ps off 6. So let's go into the Dow. You know, when we were on the air yesterday morning, Tom, the Dow was the weakest, and guess what? It came all the way back.
Quite a charge back yesterday.
Look at this move.
Yeah. What's the low there? 418. We're 200 points off that low right now.
Yeah, 418 to 708.
Exactly. Let alone we finished it almost 300 points above.
And if we go inside the Dow Industrials and see the strength versus the weakness, you get Boeing putting 36 positive points, Goldman 22, the rest of it not much.
I just going to jump across. I saw Boeing, an article, Goldman. So they're reorganizing its business to highlight its transformation into a digital bank.
Ooh.
So supposedly, this has to do with that they're frustrated of how they're getting valued, I think. So they're now calling its 4 main segments global markets, investment banking, asset management, and consumer and wealth. Said in their filing, previously divisions were institutional, investment banking, investment management. The changes should allow investors a cleaner look at how Goldman lines up with competitors. It could also showcase growth in Goldman's digital retail banking and credit card operations, which had previously been buried in other divisions. It's the latest step taken by the CEO Solomon to put his stamp on the company as it attempts to transition from a somewhat secretive Wall Street trading house to a bank. And I saw somewhere in here that they think that they should be upwards of like $400.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Now, of course, that's Goldman saying that.
Right.
But nonetheless, so that's kind of... So in the new consumer division, a high level of operating expenses resulted in relatively tiny profits. In recent quarters, as the company ramped up investments, the unit generated $124 million pre-tax earnings third quarter, about 1/10 of the global markets business produced. So they're just trying to highlight, you know, they get to categorize things however they please, and they're moving around some items here to highlight what they see as their greatest assets in the company.
The world of digital. So let's bring it up. So let's see. You got Goldman, lows 172 the last 12 months, highs today 237.
What's interesting is that Goldman, $87 billion company.
Yeah.
Tesla, $82 billion company today. I know.
Your PE is 10. Now, that seems like an expensive.
I agree. Inexpensive, totally.
You know?
Yeah.
You take a look at the revenue model. Yeah, they haven't done much.
Yeah.
I mean, from 2020 to 2021, they don't look like they're going to be growing much.
Right. And, you know, what's remarkable here is that we'll jump to Tesla because Tesla's coming up to these numbers too, but man, oh man, the profit side. I mean, just
Yeah.
churning out cash for Goldman.
Right.
And how many shares do they have as we go over here? So shares outstanding, about 354 million.
Yeah.
All right, and they're pulling in 35 billion, call it 35 to 36, 350 million shares, and $21 to the bottom line, because it's all about growth, of course. Tesla, of course, PE, they're losing money, so you can't compare that.
Right.
They've got 180 million shares, so about half of the shares outstanding. They go over to revenue, though. I thought you were. Next year, they're going to be at about the same revenue as Goldman. And what's interesting is that they're coming into, now this is, Tesla has a habit of over-promising. They're especially
when you hear these numbers, folks, listen to this. 2019, plan on losing 73 cents.
Yeah.
2020, plan on making 5.69.
Yep.
2021, 11.46. Now, if they do, guess what? That price is worth it. That's
because you just looked at it. So they have 180 million shares. They say they're going to be pulling in about $11 a share in 2021. Goldman was up $25 maybe per share, but Goldman also has double the shares.
Right.
So you got double that number if you're going over the course. But boy, oh boy, when you talk about growth, it's interesting when you look at this, right?
Oh, it is.
Goldman's an $87 billion company. They're pulling in almost the same amount of revenue in 2021, and they're approaching some big-time profitability. It's amazing how things shift so much, because I look at that and I say, you want to own Goldman or you want to own Tesla?
right.
If Tesla delivers, that's the big F.
You want Tesla.
I want Tesla,
Yeah,
man.
for sure.
Because, there's a lot of competition in that digital banking, the likes of Stripe, all that stuff coming in.
Yeah, and
Robinhood.
banking in general, right? Do you know what I mean? I mean,
Exactly.
banking hasn't changed that much. They're saying they want to go digital. Everyone is digital already, but that's just a word that is going to make you buy their shares.
That's what they're hoping to boost that PE from a 10 to a 15.
So you got, in the U.S., they're growing by 96%.
Yeah.
China, 76. Now the U.S. is at 14.9 billion. The China is the number. It was only at 1.8 right now.
1.8 billion. Might as well put a zero there, man, because that's negligible.
Right.
And if they boost that one, watch out. And maybe that's what's factored into this number here.
I suspect it is.
Yeah. Yes, I would expect
now
it.
that the energy and generation storage is a small part of this.
Yeah.
But that's something that can really go. If they really get that thing going, that's I looked at those boxes, and they didn't quite fit for what I needed. Okay, but I can see how it would in the future.
Yeah.
As we know how fast the technology is going ahead, folks. I mean, it's going ahead pretty amazing.
It's pretty remarkable that Ford, I just looked, $36 billion company. GM, $50 billion company. You could almost buy Ford and GM for what you're paying for Tesla. That's where things really start to get a little dicey.
Messed up, yeah.
Yeah,
no, I agree. I know. That's why there's so many different bulls and bears in Tesla, I think, right?
I agree, and that's why I mean, who are the shorts in Tesla at $460? But
19.3%.
27 million shares short as it's traded from. 200 and change to 460 and change.
And that's still a very large short position, folks. And that's why, that's pushing it higher, too.
You look at, so that's just, if you go back to,
287.
We're talking about one quarter here. Nothing crazy, right? You're talking about 230, 225, up to 460. So you call it $225.
Right.
And you got 27 million shares short. So every 10, every $100 is $2.7 billion.
Oh my God!
So you're talking about $5, $6, $7 billion in losses for those shorts. Yeah,
big number. The way we'll see where this shakes out, but the way that yesterday had Google going, today you got the chip stocks going. I almost feel like it's 1999 here. Because what had happened there is that you'd leave your desk, right? You come back the next day. And I remember, just people saying, oh, yeah, well, I just bought these and I just made this amount of money overnight. I mean, it's like,
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't last forever, folks. But the bottom line is that, you have some very large moves that are happening out here right now.
For sure.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
Gold, we take a look at the gold market. So we had with gold is that you had a nice expansion, didn't hold price. Today is going to be intriguing because what has happened here is that it's rejected 1557. And, you know, this is a classic, man. You know, you go topside, you pull back. Yeah,
right at that high,
you're right at the
1570.
high. That 1570 is the number, man. You know,
And that one is 1571.70.
Yeah.
So both of those were right there.
And we launched it. If you get over that, you know, by a good $10, $20, you're gonna see that leg up to the 17, 1800. Stay right there, folks. Come right back.
I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
If you're a trader in the market looking for exposure to gold or gold mining equities, then now is a perfect time to sign up for Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. The summer is over, gold is trading back above $1,500, and the 10-year Treasury is hovering at around 1.5%. Tom O'Brien has been writing his weekly gold report for almost 18 years. There's no one that knows more about how the gold market trades and how gold mining equities react. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, Tom publishes his weekly gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. As of September 3rd, Gold Report subscribers have 5 active open positions with an average unrealized profit of almost 38% for each position. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up today by visiting TFNN.com. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now down 60. Nasdaq is flat. S&Ps are down 3.5. Now check this out. This is pretty cool, folks. Okay, because great white sharks. Where are we? Okay, I always think of Mr. Basil Chapman because he grew up.
They have him. I was jumping around.
And South Africa, and they've been missing for 20 months. They just found that the first one just came back.
Now they're hiding in the news again.
and they're all hiding down the Cape.
Okay.
That's what's really, there it is right there, number 13. So first great white in 20 months is spotted in False Bay off Cape Town where Basil was born.
Okay.
Easing concern that one of the region's biggest tourist attractions had gone for good. The shark was spotted by an operator of a cage diving operation off Seal Island.
Sharks love those seals.
Oh, they do, man. Yeah. That's why there's so many down
this big fatty
in the
seal,
Cape.
keep them nice and content and full for a while. Yeah, one's got to be cautious, he said, noting that it's just one shark, and the animals are more commonly seen in the middle of the year. You could always just have one wandering off somehow. Who knows, right? I'm just guessing. But the disappearance of the sharks had caused concern in Cape Town as their presence was the main draw card for tourists paying for cage dives, an industry that supports 750 jobs. The reason for their absence is unclear, but scientists have theorized that it could be due to the presence of two orcas, known as port and starboard, who prey on the sharks.
Wow.
Those orcas, those orca wheels, right? Watch out for those, man.
The orcas can eat the great whites, huh?
Those.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there you go.
And you got a 4 meter probably, so 12 feet about, decent-sized great white. Spotters began monitoring the city's beaches 15 years ago after a series of fatal attacks. 205 was the normal between 2010 and 2016, fell to 50 in 2018. They hadn't seen any. So yeah, hopefully that equilibrium, man, it's important. It's a little bit off right now.
Totally. Stay right there, folks. We got Think of Swim coming up next. And I'm Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes. Wait, I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, folks.
Thanks, man.
Bam! Go get them, folks.